thought I'd better give the Paul Reed Smith a little more testing. I sat around last night and well, I got a little more polishing to do. I've got it pretty cleaned up. Yeah, these were a little bit of a struggle to get the strings in, but I figured it out. I had a request to talk a little bit about like country style music. One thing I did not understand when I was a young guitar player, I played with some older guys. They were like 33. They were like, "Wow, you guys are old." But he'd say, "Kick it off there, Brookie." I'm like, "What's that mean?" It means you gotta go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, there's the song. So you gotta kind of step back and count into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. There's where the song hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom is when the drums are gonna play. And the bass is like. Which is pretty fun, man. It's really great. I mean, at the time, it was not very hip in my to my peers to be playing that. They thought I was crazy to jump in and play with these older guys and play country. I was playing like 6 nights a week. But so the chords I'm thinking is G, D, G, which is called a turnaround. You go G, that's like, and then you start singing the verse, whatever that might be. And so a lot of it is seems a little cut and paste. You know, it's not super mysterious of what chords are going to be there. So it's a little tricky if you've never done this. You know, I had no clue. I later figured it out. Something like that. So I'm going to play a D 2 times, open D string, then G, D, D, G, D. Oops. And then I'll go A, D. Oops. And I'm really just mimicking a steel guitar. D, D, G, D, A, D. Then I'm sliding up with my middle finger, 2nd fret to 4th fret on the 3rd string. That's an A sliding up to a B. B is the 3rd interval of a G major chord. Very good to know the 3rd interval. Ba 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 ba. Then I hit a D. D is the 5th interval of a G major chord. A 3rd and a 5th. It's pretty much, and the bass is already hit in a G chord, so you've got the full chord represented. Then you reverse that slide from a B to an A. Oops. Then that's an E. A little bend is cool, like that's an E, E, D, which kind of brings our ear to a D chord. And then we're going to take her back to G. that was like a B flat to a B. So that B flat's a little bit of a, what do you call that? Maybe a blue note or like a passing tone. Sounds a little weird, right? But you're going to quickly get to the B. And B is your third interval. So the B flat's like, you know, what are you doing? D. Now the song can start. So I did a B flat pulling off to A. A is a scale tone, it's a second interval. It's still not, you know, the root, third, fifth are going to sound like you've landed on both feet, you know, in a good position. You know, you're kind of like staggering off to I feel like when you're playing lead lines, you're kind of dancing around. You might be a little off balance and staggering to the left, stagger to the right on one foot, hopping around on one foot, all just about ready to fall. When you land on the root, like, oh, safe. I didn't, you know, I didn't wreck the song. Then you could throw in a little like CG. It's kind of corny, but I grew up watching Hee Haw, so. And then, you know, the guys I played with kind of freaked me out because they had kind of like almost pompadours. One guy did, and of course you had your polyester leisure suit and the big collars and, you know, like sideburns. I'm like, what's this? This is not cool. But they were cool. It was good music. Now if you took that lick up an octave, you know, then it's a little more chirpy and it's above the band. You know, down here, the rhythm players, the guys I played with were like more like. They were kind of like strummers, which is cool, and they would sing. And they had the voice, the look, they could do the show, and I would just kind of like, they're like the cake, and I was the frosting, putting the kind of fun stuff on top. So I got to just stand there. So that's just an octave up the neck. I probably just grew up, you know, hearing that around on the radio or, you know, Hee Haw. And, you know, it just seemed like it was from another planet, but somehow I absorbed a little bit of that. And again, we're mimicking like a steel guitar. Oops. So I'm just hanging out with that, you know, these two notes, maybe these two, these two, these two. So it's kind of a major pentatonic sound. Is a good starting point. This is kind of old school, you know. Nowadays, this is pretty hokey. I mean, you know, it's pretty. I don't really hear anything like this anymore. I mean, I heard it on the Stones albums, so that's what made it cool to me, like honky tonk women. Sort of like that, you know. So what I was doing there was moving it. So I'm operating at G. So here, you know, I always do this. But smart people go like this. Then you take it down to C. Down to G. I could probably get used to that in a few years, but there's A and D. So while you're doing this, you kind of think, you know, what's the next chord? You've got to be looking ahead to the next thing. That's the fun thing, is you can improvise when you're doing country. I mean, I did, you know. I mean, I just, you know, I'd try to learn it off the tape the best I could. And, you know, some of it was just over my head. And I'm just, you know, the people I was playing with were glad to have somebody that could play a little bit, you know, was good enough. And nobody was like, hey, if it was a signature lick, though, you'd have to maybe fuss over that, like if you're doing, like a... That's a pretty, you know, a violin line, you know, and look, of course there's always violin, mandolin, banjo, steel guitar, piano licks, and you know, it's basically just a four-person band, a rhythm player, and I have to do rhythm, bass, and drums, and, you know, I'm the guy that's got, you know, if there's a keyboard part, you know, I've got to do it, violin, banjo, steel guitar part, you know, that's all me, so it was like a lot to do, and you just like, you know, you're trying to cover the parts of, you know, a giant studio band and multiple overdubs and, you know, harmony guitars and all that, but melody is a thing you got to do too, like that one I just did. Or you can... Oops. And a lot of it's just found in the chord shape, you know. You can play it, you know, hundreds of different ways, the same melody. You just sort of invert it or harmonize it or play in a different spot, a different octave. You know, are you going to bend or slide, hammer on? You add a little vibrato, make it sound melodic as you can. You know, try to be really in tune with your bends. You don't want to be sharp and flat with your bends. So that's really good practice, you know. Oh heck, here's another country idea I just thought of. And that's that mechanical quality of like a steel guitar. You've got levers that you bend with your feet and knees, I understand. That's a trick. You just take a D chord. That's a G, A, D. And I was just bending. Index finger goes up a whole step. That's a fifth going up to a sixth. If you've got, I think this is tens on these, yeah, this is tens. Nines are a lot easier to handle. So if you've got a telly or a strat, just slap some nines on. Make it easier on yourself. You can also, that's one little bend you can do with that D-shaped chord, or you can do the suspension. It's just like a D, where you add the pinky on and off. Now if you combine that pinky with the index, you can hear it. I got an A string ringing, that's no good. So I guess we have to mute a little bit. And there's many more shapes. Well, I'm making this a little too long, but thanks for watching. Thanks for asking questions. I really appreciate the comments, every one of them. And what's going on today? I'm going to maybe get a haircut, and a few of the guitars are going back to their owners. I fixed. And I need to record some guitar badly. So I might finish cleaning this up a little bit more. It's pretty close. Pretty close. Well, thanks for watching. Good luck with whatever you like to play. Just dig in and put in some extra time playing. That's really important right now. It'll make you feel good. All right. Take care.